Manchester United released a statement earlier on this morning saying that by mutual consent, Dan Ashworth and the club have parted ways. He will no longer continue in his sporting director role at the football club. Well, this now, according to sources and media around the club, is not the case. It has well and truly been a sacking. El Sacco, whichever way you want to talk about it, he has been let go by Sir Jim Ratcliffe. So the statement the club has come out with is well and truly a little bit wide of the mark. The Athletic have reported it was Sir Jim Ratcliffe who instigated it. So everybody this morning has been scrambling around trying to figure out why Dan Ashworth has been let go. What are the reasons behind this move? Well, some of them have come out. So I'm going to go through all the reasons why from the reports that have been circulating in the media this morning. A bit of an update from the live show earlier on. We were all wondering, we were dealing with the news and digesting it then, but I just wanted to bring out something else and just go into what has been said after that, because it was strange, it was sudden and very, very unexpected, and everybody was talking about why. Well, reason number one was apparently the phrase, the old saying, too many chefs spoil the broth. Apparently too many egos at Manchester United making big decisions. And when you look at the hierarchy and you look at the pecking order, Dan Ashworth apparently was tasked with bringing the football back, changing the culture of Manchester United, being the instigator and the main man behind everything that was going forward for INEOS and their sporting control of the football club. The main dude, you could say. But with Omar Barada on top of him as CEO. You have Jean-Claude Blanc on the board, Sir David Brailsford on the board as well. And then Sir Jim Ratcliffe above them two. Was it any surprise that big decisions at the football club might have been taken away from Dan Ashworth? He wasn't having every single bit of say that he needed to perform his role. Who is at fault here? He's going to come out in time. But clearly from the early statements and reports that are coming out, it is that Dan Ashworth didn't get the say that he wanted to. Now, this is good and bad. Bad, I will explain in a moment, because I think this is the real reason why most Manchester United fans now won't be too concerned about why Dan Ashworth has been let go by Sir Jim Ratcliffe. But when you've got the likes of Jean-Claude Blanc, who is in high stature, well known within the sporting industry, and runs everything for INEOS sporting wise, Sir David Brailsford, the mastermind behind everything that Sir Jim Ratcliffe has produced and sporting wise been involved in over the last decade and more. Sir Jim Ratcliffe himself came out yesterday on TV saying that Manchester United need to have the best recruitment in world football. Was that the warning sign? Should we have seen this coming? We're all journalists in the know. Well, we've heard about reports from Samuel Luckhurst talking about Dan Ashworth being ushered through the media section yesterday, and that being because he was being released and it was and the decision had been made there and then about him leaving Manchester United. So that happened yesterday. The people at B and the powers that be are not giving him the say that he wants. Maybe he's got a little bit naffed off and wasn't happy at Manchester United. That looks like it is in there, and that does look like that is what has been going on a lot as well. Obviously, when it comes to making decisions, Dan Ashworth, I feel, is in his head, he's thinking, look, I need to be making the calls. If I'm coming in to put my reputation on the line, I need to be the one that's fronting all of these calls. If that's been taken away, there's obviously issues behind the scenes. And we've seen all of the happy handshakes and laughs between Barada and Ashworth and Wilcox and ever-present at Carrington. Everything looks great on the outside. And everyone getting excited in the club about the new structure which is coming at United and what is to come over the years. That being now put to bed, it does look like he needed more to do his job. Big decisions needed to be made, and the one reason why I think most Manchester United fans won't be too concerned with Dan Ashworth leaving was because it came down to the crunch, and the final nail in the coffin for Dan Ashworth was that he didn't have a say on the manager side of things, head coach. He wanted Gareth Southgate. Dan Ashworth, Manchester United Director of Football, wanted Gareth Southgate as manager. That's been released by TalkSport this morning over the last hour. Obviously, we've got Ruben Amorim, and everyone's happy with Ruben Amorim. And this, I think, has definitely started to take a tilt in the wrong direction for Dan Ashworth from that point. A decision like that, I feel, would have really upset the Manchester United fan base, and I think has definitely sent him over the edge in terms of Sir Jim Ratcliffe coming in and making a decision. If he was thinking and planning ahead under Gareth Southgate, I'm thinking that the recruitment was going to work under him and he was the right man to come into Manchester United. Maybe Sir Jim Ratcliffe has thought, you know what? This guy really isn't going to take Manchester United back to the top when we want. Sir Jim Ratcliffe is a very, very impatient man. He wants things to happen quickly. We've seen what he did with Ten Hag. He must be ruining the decision for Manchester United to keep Ten Hag in situ right now. And he is now second-guessing himself, I think, with Dan Ashworth, to a point now where, as we speak, there is an emergency meeting of Manchester United's hierarchy and sporting structure. An elite executive meeting is going on right now as to how Manchester United restructure everything and go back to the drawing board. Yes, say that again. Back to the drawing board, and Manchester United have to look at everything all over again. Another mistake by INEOS in an appointment that was made. If you are going to look at bringing in certain people, and yes, this has probably been the right decision that's been made again, but once again, we're going back on mistakes and reacting to them. And it's all good and well saying he wanted Southgate, he had to go. Well done, Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Everyone get the bunting out and applaud this big key decision and what he has made. But this is the second huge mistake that he has made. Well, actually, you could say the third for the ticket pricing and everything going up on that side of things. He has obviously made a mistake with Ten Hag. He didn't believe in himself and clearly didn't believe in the staff that he had there making decisions, because he's called these meetings and hasn't been happy, apparently, behind the scenes, but he's allowed his structure to carry on working and keep Ten Hag in place. Huge mistake, number one. Mistake number two clearly is Dan Ashworth. After all of this, and we look at it, we look at Dan Ashworth's past, we look at everything that's gone on. Where were they looking? We're relying on INEOS and this so-called sporting structure and best in class to find the best, to employ the best, and clearly Ashworth wasn't. Look, we've all done our research when we found out about Ashworth. We've done our homework. He's done some good things. He's got a great reputation. So Jim Ratcliffe, are we not going to believe Jim Ratcliffe when he comes out in his first interview talking about Dan Ashworth, talking about what he's done and the reputation he's got? Can we not trust in Sir Jim Ratcliffe to make a decision now? All of this confusion and all of this uncertainty about Manchester United's decision-making at the highest level right now is concerning for the fan base, and obviously has definitely lowered the confidence levels amongst. So when we're thinking about saying, well done, Sir Jim, we don't want Gareth Southgate, no, of course we don't. But still, you made the mistake in employing Dan Ashworth in the first place. You made the mistake in keeping Ten Hag. And obviously, certain decisions have been made this season as well that have made you realise that these mistakes are going to cost Manchester United in the long run, and that's why we're today having an emergency meeting as to start all over yet again. What happens from here? Obviously, we are looking at different appointments. I'm pretty sure they will want to bring someone in. Maybe they won't bring a sporting director in, and maybe it will be a Jason Wilcox working alongside Omar Barada. Them two obviously have worked together before and have the better relationship, it would seem. So maybe it is just promotion from within again. I cannot honestly see INEOS going out and spending more money when they haven't got much to spend and get another director of football in. I think that's the main point to take from this. Do we actually employ another one? Or have we got the people in place already? Were there too many chefs in the kitchen? Did it look a little bit too much? Get your comments in below. That is the update on this situation. I just wanted to bring this video out just to go over everything because we didn't have much information this morning. I just wanted to say that then. But that is your update as well, everyone. I will be back at 6:30 with probably more news. But there you go. That is everything that we know so far. Dan Ashworth gone. Emergency meeting happening right now. He wanted Southgate. Sorry, Dan. That's not going to cut it here at Manchester United. Like, share and subscribe to Forever United TV, please, everybody. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all later on.